Until the man opened the ambulance and saw the person inside was his mother, he was completely stunned. He never imagined that blocking the ambulance just moments ago would cost his mother her life. It turned out that his mother had suffered a sudden cerebral hemorrhage during a meeting half an hour earlier. His wife immediately called for an ambulance to take her mother-in-law to the hospital for emergency treatment. However, at a red light, they encountered the son, who had stopped his car. The wife quickly called her husband, asking him to move his car, explaining that his mother had collapsed and urgently needed to be taken to the hospital. The ex-girlfriend in the passenger seat snatched the phone, telling the man not to believe his wife's words. She falsely accused the wife of being in a hurry because her ex-boyfriend was in the ambulance. She even cursed his mother to provoke him into not yielding the way. The man, shockingly, believed her. He angrily shouted into the phone, refusing to move his car. The standoff lasted over 10 minutes. Seeing her mother-in-law, who had always treated her like a daughter, in critical condition, the wife made a desperate decision. She told the driver to ram the car ahead and promised to take full responsibility for any consequences. The driver complied, and they rushed the elderly woman into the operating room. Moments later, the man swaggered into the hospital. He still believed that the person in the operating room was his wife's ex-boyfriend. Despite the wife's desperate explanations, the man refused to believe that his mother was the one being rescued. Despite his wife, he even played celebratory music, "A Good Day," to mock her. At this moment, the doctor came out of the operating room. The doctor informed the woman that they had done everything possible. Had the patient arrived 5 minutes earlier, they could have saved her life. Upon hearing of her mother-in-law's passing, the wife was devastated. She blamed the man for causing his mother's death, insisting that if he hadn't blocked the ambulance, she wouldn't have died due to the delay in treatment. However, the man still believed the deceased was his wife's ex-boyfriend. It wasn't until the doctor presented the death certificate for him to sign. He still can't believe it's his mother in the operating room. Saw his wife sign the death certificate. He accused his wife of cursing his mother. In a rage, he tore up the death certificate. The wife, furious, urged him to read the name on the document. The man ignored her and announced that he would meet her at the Civil Affairs Bureau the next day to file for divorce. The wife felt sorrow for her late mother-in-law, lamenting how she had raised such an ungrateful son. It wasn't until the doctor wheeled the body out of the operating room that the man finally saw the deceased. Seeing a bracelet identical to his mother's on the deceased's wrist, he mistakenly thought his wife had given his mother's bracelet to her ex-boyfriend. Furious, he tried to snatch the bracelet off. Thankfully, the doctor intervened in time to prove the deceased was indeed his mother. The wife had no choice but to lift the white cloth. The ex-girlfriend fainted at the sight, shocking the man. The doctor diagnosed her with hemophobia. He then carried his ex-girlfriend to get treatment. However, when paying, he discovered his bank card had insufficient funds. After trying all his cards, even an unlimited black card, he couldn't make the payment. He suspected that his wife had conspired with his mother to freeze his accounts. Enraged, he went to confront his wife. Searching the hospital, he couldn't find her. Finally, he caused a scene in the hospital. Hearing the commotion, the wife emerged from the break room. She initially thought he had realized the truth about his mother's death. To her shock, he was angry because he couldn't pay for a bottle of glucose for his ex-girlfriend. He accused the wife of attempting to murder his ex-girlfriend by freezing his accounts. He demanded she pay the remaining medical expenses immediately. The wife explained that his mother had frozen the accounts before her death. If he wanted money for the ex-girlfriend's medical bills, he should ask his mother. Helpless, the man picked up his phone, intending to call his mother.